We are still early with Tesla's FSD and full self-driving in general. Today is really big news on that. As excited as I think the emerging technology and the disruptive technology that self-driving will be, today's headline is a great reminder that we are still a big distance, I call it Act One, from the public actually accepting it. And the story that you may be see going around relates to a Tesla's potential FSD accident where they were at fault. The driver was engaging with FSD, crashed into a house, and there was a fatality and killed an elderly person in there. Well, there's a little bit of back and forth. The driver said they were operating FSD. Tesla Ashok is basically saying no, they did not engage FSD. They were manually driving it. So we're going to see a lot more potential news on that. Who knows where the fault is to blame? But I think the one important thing is whether Tesla is at fault or whether this was a bad actor, a driver that is blaming FSD, took over and crashed. I think the important thing to remember here is the public perception of what people expect from a safety standpoint. The bar, the level of tolerance is so much lower when it comes down to something new, unfamiliar, causing a fatality. I'll give you one statistic. Do you want to guess how many worldwide fatalities there are every day for human drivers? You guessed about 3,000, 3,400 on a daily basis. That's the correct number. But when one potential accident, fatality is caused by full self-driving, it's a completely different appetite on that. And it's going to take a while, I think, for the public and the perception of the public to say, you know what, the greater good is being served here. And we look at things in an order of magnitude standpoint, and fatalities caused by machine versus man, we have a much lower appetite from that. So I think we'll see that still for at least another year, maybe 2 years. I call it, we're going to have to see it to, we're going to have to see this expand where Waymo, Tesla's FSD, becomes much more widespread. And not only people have tried it, but they know people, they've tried it themselves, they've gotten behind an FSD type um, experience and got there safely. Until it becomes normalized like that, I think we'll continue to see headlines like that pop up. So today I will share that I am long Tesla. I've owned it for a number of years, and today is a it's a rough day. Tesla, it's a rough market, but Tesla's getting chopped about close to 6% off, about $25 today at 380. So a big sell-off. I don't know if it's all related to this event, but I mean, sales figures look good. The reporting trends around the world, that was the problem last year. Sales were definitely in the tank, especially over in Europe, down double digits or in half. But year over year, sales are up. It looks like 20 something percent. A good chance that they're going to blow this quarter's sales out of the water. But it's that perception thing that just holds back and makes the public really, um, really take a pause and say, is it time for this? So I apply this to broader. This is a Tesla story, but really it relates to so much other technology. You want to look at the acceptance of AI. You want to look at uh, we want AI, but we don't want the data center in our backyard, right? We're not anywhere near to putting this up in orbit to take that relief and strain off the Earth. Um, you can apply this to robotics, other forms of driving, trucks. Who wants to have an automated truck barreling down the highway if you can't trust the underlying technology? The technology, the advancement is right in front of us. I think one of the bigger hurdles, and I would not underestimate this, is our acceptance, our ability to acceptance. What's that pain point? I don't know what it is. What are your thoughts on it? I'd love to hear. Have you experienced FSD? Have you taken a Waymo ride? Have you been one of the few paying customers to actually use Tesla's robotaxi in the Austin market? Because you guys are actually um, you're actually on the frontier. You're on the frontier of where technology is going in three, I call it 1,000 days, 3 years or so. But between now, that bridge of acceptance, boy, the hardest thing is not so much the technology, it's deploying it. The deployment's going to be a big thing. I can go on and on talking about this. I'll add one more thing and tie this into SpaceX. That SpaceX is generally going to be a no news, low news type cycle for a while. There's probably honestly a bigger chance of big news that could be bad. A rocket actually blowing up where it's a perceived setback in and getting the big heavier rockets up into orbit, and how does that set back the timeline? Does that push the timeline back for greater sales and eventual profitability? So those are the things I'd look at, especially when anytime you're dealing with anything emerging technology, and potentially disruptive technology. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this, and please hit the subscribe and like button so you can stay in touch and get access to new episodes.